just like NGX, very passionate about financial literacy. Today, the co-founder and the chief operating officer of PiggyVest, Ms. Odunwayo Eweniyi, will be joining us to close the market. PiggyVest is the first online savings and investment app in West Africa. First launched as piggybank.ng in July 2016, the savings-only platform was branded to PiggyVest and began offering direct investment opportunities to users in addition to savings. 5 years on, PiggyVest has continued to support its 1 million users, helping them manage their finances, save and invest billions of naira every month on the PiggyVest app. I warmly welcome Odunwayo to the exchange. World Investor Week is a global campaign to raise awareness about the importance of investor education and protection, and to highlight the investor education and protection initiatives implemented by securities regulators and exchanges. For this year's commemoration, we implemented a number of activities to commemorate World Investor Week. We echoed the theme for this year by hosting a free training on how retail investors can take advantage of the opportunities presented through their participation in the capital market. We also hosted an interactive engagement with a leading financial expert on social media aimed at providing responses to questions that retail investors have on the concept of sustainable investing. All these activities culminate in this virtual Ring the Bell for Financial Literacy to which you are participating in. Financial literacy and inclusion remain top priorities for stakeholders in the capital market, and the exchange makes it a priority to contribute its quota towards the achievement of key targets of Nigeria's National Financial Inclusion Strategy through initiatives that encourage the wider investing public to develop investment habits. Through initiatives such as supporting the development of innovative inclusive financial products, such as the FGN Savings Bond, product-specific trainings and workshops delivered by X Academy, the commemoration of Global Money Week, excursions to the exchange under our X Tours program, and the annual National NGX Essay Competition. The exchange has played a leading role in advancing financial literacy in Nigeria. In addition to these forward-looking initiatives, we acknowledge the potential of technology in deepening financial inclusion by enabling people in the most remote locations to have access to financial services. Globally, the vast majority of unbanked adults live in developing economies, which, when compared with developing nations, access to financial services are fairly limited due to limited access to banks and other financial institutions in remote areas. However, with the rise of the internet and mobile phone penetration, the significance of banks and other physical structures have begun to diminish. Our X-Mobile provides users with quicker access to a host of educational contents, as well as the ability to seamlessly track their investments from anywhere in the world. It is in recognition of the unique potential of technology in bridging the gap on financial literacy and inclusion that we recognize the groundbreaking impact of PiggyVest. Let me now invite Odunwayo Eweniyi, the co-founder and the chief operating officer of PiggyVest, to please make a few remarks. Please go ahead.
Hi, everyone. My name is Odunwayo Eweniyi, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of PiggyVest. I'm very, very, very honored to be here. Chief, because when we started PiggyVest in 2016, we started it with a view to provide an experience that was uniquely people-driven and young people-driven. We could never have imagined that we would have made this amount of progress over the past 5 years. Today, I'm glad to be speaking to you from this ringing bell ceremony to commemorate financial literacy. I'm glad because that's been the focus of the work that we've been doing at PiggyVest. Over the past 5 years, we've seen an improvement and a boost in the number of young people participating in the financial services ecosystem. But more than anything, our work is not done. A majority of Nigerians still remain excluded. Why is that? Today, we're seeing fintech companies here at the Nigerian Exchange Group working together, but we need more participation. We are supposed to be working together. There's a call for unity to be able to include more young people in this ecosystem. How can we get more young people participating and investing in stocks? How can we get more young people knowledgeable about the stocks that they can invest in homegrown companies? How can we get more young people understanding how to get the power of financial freedom into their own hands? This is the core of the work that we're doing at PiggyVest. This is the core of the work that I hope that all other fintech companies, starting with PiggyVest, obviously, will be able to work with our existing institutions to do. It's more than a privilege to be here today to speak, because over the past 5 years, 3.5 million users after, it's become imperative that there is a role for banks and the stock exchange, but there's also a role for fintech companies, for all of us to work together to make sure that financial services are accessible and affordable for all Nigerians. In 2016, Africa as a continent had like a savings rate of about 15%. That's been improving because we're now working together to put savings, investment, stocks, and several other instruments in people's hands via their phones. Progress isn't progress until we are able to include everyone who's excluded. Financial inclusion is something that the Nigerian government has continued to champion. And I think that it's a very worthy cause, because for all that's been said for it, we're not going to be able to say we've made progress until the people who are not within, for the people who are not within the current ecosystem to be able to participate properly, right? Every day we're seeing progress being made in agency banking. We're seeing progress being made from P2P payments. We're seeing progress being made in savings and in investments. All of this, I think, contributes to what the future of financial services in Nigeria will look like. I'm looking forward to days when companies like ours will be able to list on the exchange. I'm looking forward to days when younger people feel like their voices are being heard when we're talking about the ecosystem that is financial services. More than anything, I'm honored today to be representing PiggyVest, and indeed all like the fintech companies that have sprung up over the past 5 years. Nigeria's digital revolution is here. Financial inclusion is moving forward. The agenda is actually happening. And I'd like to again say thank you to the Nigerian Exchange for having me here. And hopefully this is the beginning of seeing more young people and like more fintech companies, more tech-enabled services participating, being listed, and having their voices rising up with yours as we try to include the rest of Nigerians in the financial services ecosystem. Thank you so much, and thank you for having me.
Noya, thank you very much for your comments, and we do share in your passion and in the objective of deepening financial literacy and broadening wealth, really, for the nation at large. Thank you. May I now invite the Doyen, Alhaji Yusuf, please, to give a few remarks. Thank you. You're on mute, sir.
Sorry. Hello. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. On behalf of the stockbroking community and management of NGS, I'd like to welcome Madam Odunayo Ewini to the exchange, and in doing so, to congratulate her for the outstanding work that PiggyVest has been doing to promote financial literacy and inclusion in Nigeria. I also like to congratulate Madam Odunayo on her selection to close the market for the ring the bell for making literacy closing gong ceremony. To commemorate the occasion, the exchange has hosted a series of activities: social media campaign, Instagram, live section, etc. These activities is cumulating, that is today's activity, is cumulating in the ringing bell for financial literacy. I'd like to extend the appreciation of the stockbroking community to Madam and NGS management and Piggy First for joining in this event. I think it's an event that we all welcome, and it is an event that we underline the importance of what Madam and his outfit are doing. Because the more people that get included in financially, the more members, the more players we will get on the floor of the Nigeria Stock Exchange. And that will be a good thing for those of us in the community, in the stockbroking community. So we congratulate you, we thank you. We shall be pleased to join hand with you so that we can get more Nigeria to appreciate the necessity for them to get included financially in what is happening in our country. I want to thank you for coming forward, and I want to pledge our support and that of the management of DS for your various activities that will come in on. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the celebration.
Thank you very much, Doyen, for your remarks. Normally, when the Doyen speaks, nobody else speaks, but we have 1 more minute. And if you be kind enough, sir, let me ask Odunayo very quickly, in 30 seconds, if you can just please share with our audience what sort of active plans PiggyVest has around the capital markets, please. Just under a minute before we close the markets. Thank you.
Well, PiggyVest, our job is making financial services, savings and investments affordable and accessible. Like Doyen has just said, they're extending a hand and working together to us. So what that means is that over the next 1-2 years, we will be able to bring democratized stockbroking to PiggyVest users. And so this is a commitment, obviously, to our users and to the rest of Nigeria, that we will be working with the stockbroking community to make sure that we can put stockbroking into the hands of every PiggyVest user and indeed every Nigerian out there. So thank you so much, sir. I hope to be able to contact you after this.
Excellent. Odunayo, thank you very much. And I can assure you that the exchange, you will find in us a worthy partner in achieving this objective. Thank you so very much again. With that, I'd just like to ask that we pause for a few seconds. We have about 50 seconds before we then close the market, and then the bell will come on. So we'll just pause for a few seconds. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. That sound, of course, is the familiar sound you would hear if we were physically on the floor of the exchange trading. And it brings us to the close of today's trading. It has been an absolute pleasure having PiggyVest join us for today's closing. Also, it's been a pleasure just commemorating globally World Investor Week. It really does tie into the exchange's goal and dream of bringing financing and capital market solutions to every Nigerian. I thank you very much for joining us. I thank you also, Doyen, for your time. And I wish everyone a great rest of the afternoon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.